Hi, I'm Vince Weston, and welcome to my introduction of my upcoming builds. This will be a first for me of doing two kits simultaneously. They are of the same realm, both are ice cream related, so this is the Summer of Ice Cream builds for me. The one that got me started was about a month ago. I was trying to figure out what my next build was going to be, and of course I did the stork in between, but I have quite a few bagged kits, which are actually complete kits that I've been able to buy at some model shows, but the box is gone. I found out that there are some modelers that tend to decide they don't want to keep the box because it takes up too much space, and they'll take them out of the box, discard the box, and leave everything in a bag. So this was the bag I bought the ice cream truck in, which was actually the kit that I decided I was going to do first. Then I remembered that I had a kit of the icicle, which is actually a bicycle, and I was decided, well, I might as well do both of them at the same time. The ice cream truck, we'll start there. This is actually a special release from, well, I'll show you on the side of the box, but anyway, it's a re-release of George Barris's ice cream truck. This was a special release in 2002, and of course they've changed the colors, probably due to licensing. They couldn't use Barris's stuff any longer, but this is a pretty nice looking little kit. On the box here, you'll notice it's over 70 pieces. It's got a detailed custom engine, and it's a 2001 RC HTA Show Special. And it's a limited edition from the International Model and Hobby Expo. That logo appears several times with this kit. The main difference outside of the colors from George Barris's original car, which was red and white, is also the logo here was for Daisy and Belle ice cream. Here's a quick picture of what that actually looks like. Like I said, I realized in my stash I actually have the boxed kit, so I'm not going to build that one. I'm going to build the bag kit. And here you can see, instead of being Daisy and Belle, it's Fast Eddie's ice cream. These were probably special decals made just for the show, since it carries the logo up here. Fast Eddie's ice cream for both sides, and then both sides it says fast free delivery 555-3278 is the phone number. That's in white, and it's probably not really going to show up there, but that's the decal sheet for that, which of course is different than George Barris's. It's got a pretty long, semi-typical instruction sheet. It's one page, fan folded, going through the build, and on both sides, which is where most of it is. Pretty much all the parts that, from what I can find, all the parts are included as they were with the George Barris kit. So you're in pretty good shape if you actually really wanted to convert them back to George Barris's ice cream truck, you'd have to supply the proper colors. That's about the only thing I can think of that's different. A little quick run through the parts, starting in weird places. There's the tires, two fat back tires and two skinnier fronts for a show car. Whoops, dropped something there. It looks like the differential. The chrome sheet, which includes brakes and all the pieces that are supposed to be chrome, wheels. I don't know. Most of it's suspensions, lights for chrome, engines and pieces like that. Here's the little cab. That's the other part that would be difficult in George Barris's. These windows on the side were actually stained glass, so finding the proper stained glass to do that with, or a decal for stained glass, might be a little tricky. You probably have to make your own. Here's some of the regular parts. It's done in a nice little gray color. These boxes here are actually for ice cream boxes. In the clear parts they give you two trays, ice trays to fit in the bottom, and ice cream tubes, which you'll see in a minute. The weird part, of course, is these lollipops. They're supposed to be glued along the sides here. Actually, George Barris didn't have those either, from what I can see of his build. Here's the frame and engine parts. Oops, spinning things. And the pumpkin, the intake manifold, some wheel backs, and some other nice pieces. The steering wheel, which will need to be worked on. And the last is mostly the body. Take that off so I don't lose it. Which sits this way. And then the roof to the back of the truck, the front of the back, or the back of the cab and the front of the truck. Two doors which are supposed to open, a step rail. There's the back of the truck, and these are the ice cream tubes that you would put in there. Let's see, what else have I got here that's of interest. Oh, the glass, the clear parts. I'm not sure how well I don't really want to take this out of here yet. The top does have like ice hanging off of it. Here's the two pieces for the ice tray. Here's where I was telling you that the side windows are stained glass. They're done in Ripple glass, or clear. So that's that. The second kit is got some really strange pieces to it. This is the, let me move that around, is the Icicle. This is actually a bicycle. Some people can attribute this to George Barris, but it's not a George Barris design. It's a Harry Bradley design. He was fairly known, I guess, in the West Coast. It's a pretty simple kit. From what I can see, there's not a real lot of parts to it. Once again, this was released in 2002 as a buyer's choice. The odd part about it is up here in the corner of the box it says it's a 1/25th scale model, and I figured, oh great, a nice little thing to build, no problem. It's not. It's a 1/12th scale kit, more along the sides of the motorcycles and things. The other odd thing that comes in this kit are two sprues which strangely enough to me are okay, but I don't know why you did this. Here's the one. Let's see if I can get my big fat hand behind that. With these are two side pieces. This is where a pedal actually goes, and I'll explain that in a minute. And here's the other pieces of these. None of these pieces go to the Icicle. They're not talked about at all in the instructions. What they actually are parts for the Boss Bike. That is a separate kit. The only parts that they actually include are those two sprues, and on the red clear parts, this is the part for the Icicle. These two parts here are actually for the Boss Bike. Now, before you get too excited, none of the chrome parts for the Boss Bike are included. Which makes, or the wheels, or the tires, are included to build this. So it is basically an incomplete piece. I guess you could kit bash something if you know, from motorcycles and stuff that might be in 1/12 scale. Here's the chrome parts for, still bagged, for the Icicle. Is there's parts for the wheels, the handlebars, lights, the front bumper, the bells, these center pieces for, I'm not sure, I guess they're for the pedals, I'm not sure, I don't remember off the top of my head, and holding the wheel in place, and the pedals to pedal the bicycle with. I'm sure this is not coming out as well. The really neat thing on this is that the wheels are clear, so it almost looks as if there is no center hub wheel, and on this kit it's accomplished with these clear parts of the wheels, and the only other clear parts are for the headlights. The one strange thing when you open the box, which is what made me realize is this is definitely not a 1/25th scale, is this is the cart. Now, if this was 1/25th scale, it'd be half that size. It'd probably be almost the size of this, if not smaller. So that's how I found out through doing like a little quick research on the web. That yeah, that was actually a 1/12 scale kit. There's the cart. I've shown you those. Here's some of the other pieces. See if I can move some of this stuff out of my way real quick. And once again, this is one that supplies ice cream with your treat. This is the top of the cart on this sprue, the side of the back of the seat for the bicycle, an ice cream cone, and a fudgesicle, and the top for an ice cream container. There's also, well, I guess it's taped in, the little pom-poms that hang off are in a separate bag stuck inside here, which is taped inside the bottom of the front cart, which goes together like that, I hope. Okay, and this is actually, this side is for boxed treats sitting inside the box, and these are a couple of the supports for the awning, we'll call it, for lack of better terms. Here's some more. Here's the seat. and a complete bucket is included that you would put inside, you know, like the old round scoop. I believe there's a scoop included too somewhere here. Maybe I'll stumble over it eventually. And this piece actually is to hold the pedals in place. Let's see, what haven't I shown you? Here's another barrel, the other half of the two ice cream pieces, the other side of the back, and the top piece, the awning itself, and a bucket. Hopefully I got that all into camera so you could see that. Magical. But there is an ice cream scoop in here somewhere, and I don't think it was in the chrome pieces, but I'm not 100% sure where it is at the moment. So that's the parts to that. Once again, not very many. The odd part is these two scrolly pieces. They're not shown on the box art. The original Icicle did have these, and they were done in red. There's quite a bit of flash in there, which I'll have to clean up to get at if I'm going to use those, which I probably will, because they look kind of weird. So that's the parts to both cars. The one thing I didn't mention, since this is actually the third retake of this, is the colors I'm going to use on the ice cream truck are not what's on here. I could do it in the blue and white, but I remember all ice cream trucks being white, all white. So I was thinking to myself, you know, I'd really rather do most of this in white, and I kind of got inspired because I have Apple Barrel vanilla ice cream that I thought it's kind of it's an ice cream, or it's a vanilla ice cream color. So I said, you know, I'll do that, and I thought maybe the fenders and the frame I do as in chocolate. So this is Ceramcoat Dark Roast. It's a multi-surface satin paint, but it's a very nice dark brown. So I thought that would be good for chocolate. And I'll probably use some pink somewhere to make it more Neapolitan. Maybe the engine block I'll do in pink to make it look very Neapolitan. Haven't quite worked all of that out yet. Oh, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So that's the builds. There's one set of parts I forgot to show you. These are the wheels to the Icicle, and you can see from a 1/25th scale, 24th, 25th scale slick, they are much bigger. Twice the size, I guess. Wouldn't that be normal? There are 3 of them, which are the only wheels included in the kit. So that's what's going on. The Icicle I'll probably do in white and pink, or white and red, because I kind of like that color combination. Oh, yeah, another slight bizarro, if I can find them. Oh, they're in the instructions, which I didn't show you to the Icicle. The Icicle instructions are basically one small sheet. Since I'm backtracking here and rambling. Typical AMT of the time period. Not, you know, it's basically 4 steps, so shouldn't take too long. The other oddity I found in the kit was the decal set. Now, the big stripe and the Icicle pieces here and this piece of the stripe make perfect sense. I just can't figure out what these 3 pieces up here are supposed to be for. They're not shown in the box art. I didn't see them in the other, pieces or other pictures I found. So I'm kind of at a loss for those. Maybe I'll include them somewhere on it as pinstriping, maybe along the top here. I don't know. I'll have to get there when I get there. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. No good as usual. And we'll see you on the next one. On my update, we'll see how far I get and how long it takes me. As you can typically tell, I'm not a real fast builder. So thanks for watching, thanks for subbing, and thanks for doing all those things YouTube do, or do YouTube. Anyway, have a good one, have fun, bye.